Hello, my name is Josef and I want to tell you a little bit about my life story. Why did I choose to go the spiritual way? To live more meaningful. So at the beginning, I grew up in a small farm with 6 cows only. And there are 5 of us children, and unfortunately my older brother, he died on his 12th birthday, exactly, and drowned on a lake. And my mother, she was sick since I know her, so throughout my whole childhood, you can say. And she had severe asthma, which became worse and worse. Of course, at that time I did not know about it, but later on, in my adult life, or when I started to search for the meaning of life, and I figured out that it was most likely because uh, the mother-in-law of my mother, so my father's mother, she used to live also in our place, and there was always tension, the typical situation, mother-in-law story, which happens unfortunately many times, jealousy and so on. And of course she could not breathe because she could not expand. That's how she got the asthma. And towards the end of her life, the grandma, she got also sick. She got stomach cancer. So, and 2 months before the death of my mother, she prophesied already that she foretold already that she's going to end up in the cemetery, chapel, how you call it, at the same time, together. Yeah. Well, of course. And what happened at the end? My mother died, and the day after, my grandmother died, and both of them were together in this chapel in the cemetery. So if that is for sure, it's not by accident. So we have the saying, right? They dig each other's grave. With the knowledge now, I can help so many people, to prevent things like that. So it's really simple to find out the roots of several sufferings, no matter physically, emotionally, whatever it is. You have the right to find out the roots, the source of it. Not only the right, that's the meaning of the life. You are challenged with your suffering so that it will wake you up. Okay. This way, I wasn't suffering much by myself, but in my family there was suffering a lot. Even though we went to church every Sunday, moreover, I was a servant in the church for 6 years in my childhood. And still, suffering. Many more suffering. I don't want to go into details now. But then I said to myself, we go every time to church, everything, and still we're suffering. So I was not happy just by going to the church. I wanted to find out the truth by myself. So later on, I had an accident when I was riding a moped, and with age of 17, total crash, but I was just a few scratch, so I was very lucky. What happened the next year, I got my first car. A year after, accident again, total crash. I fell asleep 5 o'clock in the morning, ran against 2 trees, total crash again, and me unhurt, no scratch. So next year again, car accident. Was not my fault. Somebody drunk drove into me. Total crash again. Same happened, and I did not have any scratch, but of course, some kind of a shock, you know. So okay, next year again. I hope I don't bore you, but this is the last time. Again, a drunken girl ran into me and total crash. And I was sitting in the car and just thinking to myself, what the F is going on here? Others, the whole life long, they never have any major accident, and I have it every year. Counting it back, not only every year, every exactly 13 months I had these accidents, 4 times. So, what does it tell me? Finally, after these many hits, I started to think about life when I was 21 years old. So when then I started to search, to read books, to participate in workshops, and to experiment. Experiment with hypnosis. I hypnotized a lot of people, especially the time when I was in the army. I spent there 4 years. And so I had a lot of subjects to experiment with. And this way, even I did not even think about reincarnation, just like the other people, because nobody's telling you anything. I guided them back just for fun, another 50 years, and they started to talk about past lives. So, not just talk about, they re-experienced it. So they become fully alive and emotional, especially when it comes to the death from the past life. To cut the long story short, I got them further back into animals' life, into plants' life, and I discovered the whole thing about reincarnation for myself. And even those subjects, of course, they did not believe in reincarnation, but the way they experience it, you know, it's quite convincing. And only then I started to read about books about reincarnation and spiritual stuff, esoteric stuff. I went into the esoteric scene a couple of years, and but at the end I came back to the basics, and I started to do the workshops at the age of 25, so in the 90s, from 1 day to 7 days, and it ended up mostly focused on the 7 days intensive workshops to really free yourself. So a lot can be done in 7 days every day if you work on yourself. So then later on, at the year 2000, I moved to the Philippines because I was married to a Filipina, and she, before I forget, I went to India, to the most exciting journey of my life, especially the first time in India, 8 months, and I made a own picture show for those who come to my workshops. In the evening, I show the story where I met masters, real masters, fake masters. Where I had incredible experiences in every place, different experiences, many ashrams, spiritual centers, yoga centers. I got trained in yoga and in before that already in the States. I got trained in regression therapy in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So that was right after my army time, so I had some extra money to go to the States half year and visit there also many communities, like the yoga centers already there, and also the even the moon sect, so-called. I spent there 1 month, but then I got fed up, and Yes, but anyway, India was the most extreme. I went through heaven and hell, or through hell and to heaven. So India itself is hell, noisy, everything is an attack on you. But the ashrams, the centers are peaceful, and there's singing, there's the energy, there's meditators, and it's just, you know, it transformed me. Yeah, and throughout the whole India, from the south, Kerala up to north, Himalaya. But it's anyway a different story. Maybe one day put it on video as well. So in the 2000s, I was in the Philippines. I've been living there for 18 years. I put up a meditation center right on the beach, and small one. We had almost every week 3 to 5 participants. Those who were here coming on vacation from all over the world. And well, the motto is if you want to get rid of your frustration, you better join our active meditations. So anyway, it was great fun, great transformation all the time, and also the first 3 years I was also teaching yoga in Gold's Gym in the Philippines, and in the cities, and in Fitness First, so in different gyms and private classes, and also I was conducting once a workshop in a drug rehabilitation center for 25 people. So for a whole week it was very intensive as well, and everyone at the end swore that they will never touch drugs again. But who knows, at the end of their 9 months stay, because everybody has to stay there 9 months, I hope that it helped them a good step along their way. And yes, so I did the workshops there, and I did also ayahuasca sessions there, ayahuasca workshops, and then I came back 2018 to Germany, and I continued the workshops and do also single sessions. And there was a little break at the Corona time, of course, but still I did it online then, so I do also sessions online. And since a couple of years we are living in a camper van, and I got the idea to also offer it to the van life people, because it's gonna be very cheap for them, and they can meet me on the road. They can come and go as long as they want to stay, and we have free meditations, active meditations for introductions, almost daily, Tai Chi, yoga, and so we get to know each other, and for specific problems, then for single sessions, then it's the time I have to charge them, so I can make also living. And first of all, if you receive something, it's good for you to give as well. If it's usually it's the money, or it's another service for me, or even for others. Yeah. But the main point is you have to be motivated. You have to commit yourself to become free, whatever it is. Just 2 weeks ago, Julia, one participant who went with us a few weeks, we have also videos about her, you will see. She became free of her depression just in one single session. The first session, she got rid of the depression. The second session, she got rid of the pain in her knee. Even physical pain can be from the past life, in that example. So whatever it is, we dive into the source, and if it's from the present life, first of all the present life, or from the past life, you have the right to know it, right? So it's a journey. So you can peel off yourself. It's like an onion, peeling by peeling, and you will open up more and more, become more free, and you will feel incredible. You will have experiences like you have never had before, and yes, it's like after these workshops, the breathwork workshops, for single sessions, some of you may be ready for ayahuasca, and that's another level, and everyone had an experience of a lifetime. So I hope you can decide for the journey within and to make the most out of your life, to come closer to the meaning of life, not just to make money, to raise family, to build a house, but to free yourself, so that at the end of the life you are much more free than at the beginning. All right, so I hope you will subscribe to my channel and to give me a like button, and maybe we'll see us sometime. All right, bye bye.